Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily oracle reading. With oracle readings, the interesting element to them is chaos and the hazard, because yes, you ask the universe to help you, to deliver you a message, but because these are general readings, you have absolutely no idea what you're gonna get, so you're always going with the flow. And in these last couple of days, even couple of weeks, most of these readings had much to do with the present moment global crisis and our relationship to it, how we are coping. So these oracle readings contained advices, they contained guidance, and even depicted the possible future and whatever we are feeling. But today's reading is totally different. It kind of breaks the cycle of the coronavirus, so to speak. So today's reading has a totally different theme, and as the reading is opened in challenge position by the Explorer of Fire, this represents our passions, this represents our energy, the power of our wills, and ultimately what we do with our creational energies. And and as an explorer, this doesn't mean that you are mastering your passions, your creativity, whatever you're doing. Yes, of course there are certain things in your life which you have already mastered, and some of the things you didn't even need mastery with because you were born with it. Some of your knowledge, some of your masteries, some of how you use your passionate energy, the inner fire, the creativity, the willpower, how you invest your energy, how you invest your focus and intention into something that was already being offered to you, so to speak, by all your past experiences, and by this I mean the past lives, all those skills and talents and attraction which you were born with. So it has much to do with your spirituality, it has much to do with your scientific curiosity, trying to learn science, trying to get the valid picture from a scientific perspective. It has also much to do with art. It has much to do with psychology, helping others, understanding how the human mind, the psyche, the soul works, and all the hidden connections that it forms with other parts of your being, but also with other people. And all these things are very, very natural to you. So you have already not just explored these, but mastered these. And some of them were inherited by you from your previous existences. So all those things are basically part of your everyday reality. But of course, fire energy can have so very many different types of expression. It can manifest in very many things. So the explorer of fire represents all those elements which you haven't fully explored yet, or which you haven't truly mastered. And fire energy is also a specific emotional type of passion which can refer to feelings, love, romance, the sensuality, and of course, sexuality. Now, this card also speaks about the past, and it tells you that, as I said before, there are certain things which you have already mastered and explored, and this means that you already control, you have power over certain things which you are passionate about, and this may have very much to do with your spirituality and with your sense of curiosity, because you love to learn, you love to mentally explore different sides of the world, different philosophies, different theories. So basically, you were really, really busy all your life, where whatever you achieved, the level of success, so to speak, is not that important. What actually is important that you have the experience, you have the knowledge, you lived through those passionate states, and these have so much to do with your creativity, with your ambitions, with your goals and desires. So in order for you to give yourself this chance to explore all those things that you have already explored, you needed to sacrifice a totally different aspect of your life, which might have to do with the passion of love, sensuality, the feelings, the emotional world, and of course sexuality. Now, this doesn't mean that you don't have experiences. This doesn't mean that these weren't an active part of your lives, just that you couldn't explore them as deeply, as passionately, as profoundly as you would have liked, because your energy was needed in other areas of your life. For some, it was the professional area, for others, it had much to do with themselves, getting to know themselves, getting to understand themselves. For others, still, it might have been rather negative because the passion can also represent anger and frustration. So, for these people, it might have to do with their traumas, healing themselves, breaking away from the past, and everything like that. So, since you invested your energy either in your work, your spirituality, your education, your knowledge and learning, or solving problems of the past and helping your loved ones, so to speak, that left little energy for other areas of your life, especially which have to do with romance, which have to do with emotions, which have to do with sensuality and sexuality, so to speak. And because this is a challenge, so we are looking at the shadow expression of this card, maybe you never found the inner determination to invest all your energy into these things which might have to do with love, romance, partnerships, or exploring your own sexuality, so to speak. Now, why? Now, these might have to do with different reasons. For some people, they simply weren't ready. They simply shied away. Their present experiences were already enough for them, or so they thought. They didn't think that there was so much more left to explore inside of them and also in this area of life. Now, for others, it was more of a self-control. It might have to do with what astrologers call the inner Saturn, as in our self-discipline, as in our own self-imposed limitations, either because you weren't ready or you didn't have enough interest, you weren't motivated enough, you didn't have anyone who could connect with you or understand you or offer you the most relevant experiences, while other people have had totally different motives, like they always aspire to become like a hermit, like a sage, and that means a lot of time in solitude. That means that they had to just give up, surrender certain type of relationships. Maybe this doesn't mean all of your friends and social connections, but to enact deep romantic feelings and to just immerse in the illusion of romance, because on one hand, romantic feelings and the connection between two people, if it gets to that almost surreal idealistic romance, well, they just couldn't afford, they couldn't allow themselves to immerse into such illusionary, but not in a negative way. So this delusion of that big romance, so to speak, is not a negative illusion. It is simply a beautiful part of existence. Yes, it is an illusion to a certain degree, but every illusion is based on a truth. So by that illusion, you're just making it more beautiful. You're allowing the divine to turn your feelings, your emotional world, and that special connection you have with someone into pure divine beauty. And since you knew that this is what it involves, you just couldn't allow yourself to immerse so deeply into whatever romance means to you personally. And if you're an idealist, if you are like a Neptunian type of person, an artist or a deep thinker, well then just some basic sexual activities and physical attraction is so not enough for you. But ultimately, it doesn't even matter why. It doesn't matter why you couldn't explore this area of your life or this aspect of yourself, because right now the times are definitely changing and your inner alarm bell, the intelligence of your instincts, and even your soul are making you ready to want to explore this area. In which way does this card challenge you? Well, this is also a little bit different for different people, because some people are already in an established bond where they just have to spark up the flames of passion and let it burn as intensely, as magically, and also as spiritually as possible, where it might be their sexual connections or their sensuality, that certain type of divine spark between them and their partners, which for them personally represents the new level of spirituality, where two literally become one. For others, especially those who are single, it has everything to do with finding a partner, but not any partner, but someone who they click with mostly physically, because just as the soul and the mind has a certain type of intelligence to it, so does the body. Our genes, our bodies, our cells know who is totally appropriate for us energetically, and for these people, they need to attract that very special partner who can allow them to be free, to explore their true expression of their sensuality. And of course, this is perfectly mutual. So that big, very, very strong attraction has to take place. They have to attract that ideal partner. And when I mean ideal, as I said, this is the intelligence of our bodies. It is physical mostly, the physical passion, sensuality, lust, the magic of this. They have to explore this area of life because this is what they couldn't have the chance to experience, or either their experiences are totally insufficient because there is much more, so much more to it, like a totally new dimension of sensuality, so to speak. Now, for others still, this doesn't have much to do with the body, but rather with that idealistic, romantic vibe which I have been speaking about. So for them, it's simple. They have to live that big, Neptunian, magical, dreamy, emotional love story where they can invest everything they have inside into creating that perfect illusion, so to speak. But as I said before, it's not the bad type of illusion, but it is just how this is how the universe is an artist, because it creates beauty through love. And when two loving people meet and their hearts and souls and psyches are in perfect accord with each other, that's when the universe starts to create its own work of art. And its work of art is gonna be that love story, which no one is ever gonna forget, and maybe the likes of which are gonna inspire books and novels and, future generations, so to speak. So this is the challenge of the Explorer of Fire, where it is challenging you to explore that side of your passions which you haven't truly had the chance to tap into as deeply as you wanted to. The opportunity, Eight of Fire. Now this card represents, on one hand, the present moment global turmoil, which is a really positive thing regarding your passions, because this is also a fire card, so it has also much to do with fire energy. But in the present moment, that fire energy is within nature, and nature herself is doing that same exploration of her own passions through her inner fire, just as we are doing psychologically. So that is exactly why nature is undergoing a profound transformation, and this transformation, as this card visually depicts, it has much to do with cosmic radiations or energies or elements entering into our earthly sphere, which are a little bit alien to us. May it represent physical energies like neutrinos or cosmic streams of energy. May it represent just spiritual energy, or may it represent something internally which is going on inside of the system, which is Mother Nature. So this is a big reconfiguration. This is when the elements get a new and upgraded balance, and that, of course, has much to do with passion, because it takes that fire energy for two sides to find each other. So basically, the bigger picture is that this moment of isolation, social distancing, and all this fear energy, which is separating people, is actually doing a good job for certain type of people because they are exploring their inner worlds, and by doing that some of them are going to just figure out that passion and love and sensuality is something that they desire deeply. And it is really important that this global turmoil scared us a little bit, but that fear, that fright, for some people is actually doing a good job because it woke them up that, well, the future is cannot be taken for granted. Tomorrow isn't for granted. For potentially the present moment, the eternal now can be the last day of our lives. So we don't have as much time as we thought we had before this crisis began. And that means some people are gonna take action. They're gonna step out of their comfort zones and go seek out the fulfillment of their passions, for which for many people are finding a mate, finding a partner. May it be the big romantic Neptunian type of relationship, may it be sexually, may it be a simple alliance, but it has much to do with an inner wake-up call where they realize that they don't have that much time. They may do, but they may not, because things can happen which can just simply end our lives here and now, and there's no tomorrow. And since that all that time we thought we have isn't for granted anymore, that determines us to do things which we normally would never consider doing, either because we are too shy, we're too comfortable, we're not that self-confident or courageous, but when we're being stressed at the core level that maybe our lives aren't even that guaranteed anymore, well then we can take a leap of faith or take a risk that much easier. And if you're looking for your partner, if you have been looking to experience the magic of love, the passion of love, sensuality for quite some time now, even starting from 2018, 2019, well, this is your opportunity, because this energy, this global change is mobilizing your potential partner to get out of the comfort zone and do the same, to search. There's a saying, whatever you seek, whoever you seek is also seeking you. And this is where that quantic connection can be made. So this is the opportunity. The resolution, the lovers. Now this is almost self-explanatory, because where is all of this leading you? It doesn't matter if it's sensuality, it doesn't matter if it's that deep Neptunian romantic love you're looking for, or just a partner. Maybe it's not even romantic, you just need someone to share your passion, like an ally, like a co-worker, like you want to team up with someone to do something. It doesn't matter if it's romantic or not, but what does matter is that if it has to do with passion, well then this is why the present moment is so important, because it is guiding you to that alliance. It is guiding to you either to that relationship, either to that partnership, or even one-on-one alliance, where it is going to be a relevant part of your future, regardless of how we look at it. So for those who are seeking love, this present moment is a perfect opportunity to search for love, because love also is searching for you. For those who are trying to explore their sensuality, maybe this is a perfect moment when they can connect with someone, get to know them, even without needing to touch them or whatever. So this is a perfect opportunity to set up the perfect experience for the future. And those who are just seeking to enact a passion of theirs, they can find like mentors, associates, friends, soulmates, allies who can help them in the future. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a blessed and safe day, everyone. Bye for now.